a hand on the heart and one on the belly. Find a soft gaze or close the eyes, and let's take just a few moments here to settle in. Notice how the body's feeling, how the breath is flowing, and just take a few moments here really just to anchor into this present moment. Letting all of your stress and worry go, let's start to bring some movement into our practice. So float the arms up and then bring the hands to heart center. Everything moves with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Starting to warm up through those arms and shoulders. Just some nice, slow, steady sun breaths. A big inhale and then hands to heart center. Good. Last few here. So now we're going to take a seated cat-cow. So this movement is good for the back and the spine. So again, move with the breath. Slide the hands down the legs, tuck the chin to the chest, round through the upper back, and then draw the shoulder blades together. Taking that gaze up, and then exhale, tucking the chin to the chest. Gently stretching through the back and the spine. Everything moves with your breath at your pace. Now let's start to find a side stretch flow. So one arm floats up, bending at the side, and taking that slow flow. So we are stretching through the side bodies, but also giving the spine that nice, gentle side to side. So a few more here, slow, steady movements, only taking that side bend to a point that feels safe. Bring the hands to heart center there and take some nice gentle rotations. So this is our third movement for the spine, these gentle spinal rotations. Nice and tall through the spine, just easing to that rotation little by little. Good, give those shoulders a little roll. Back to front, front to back, just helping to kind of wiggle out some of that tension or tightness that likes to find its way into those shoulders. And then a big inhale to float the arms up, and then exhale into cactus. Round it forward, and then open back up. Move with the breath here once more. So that nice flow between cactus and rounding it forward. Feel that heart open, that nice gentle stretch across the chest, and then that nice stretch through the upper back. And then bring some slow swimmer movements here into those arms. A little forward, a little backwards, just starting to bring any kind of movement now that those shoulders could use. Kind of take every range of motion that feels safe. Give them a little wiggle, a little movement. And then start to find a nice gentle stretch through the neck, slowly taking the gaze up and down, just to a point that feels safe. Stretching the front and the back of the neck. And now side to side, stretching through those sides of the neck. little circles with the nose. See how that range of motion is feeling. View in the opposite direction. Good. Hopefully everything upper body is feeling good. Shake it out, stretch it out. And now let's move into that lower body. So a little seated march. So just a little lift and lower, alternating legs. And then a little hip hinge. Step it on out. And just little by little increase that range of motion, being extra gentle for the first few rounds. And then bend and straighten through that first side. Slow, steady movement, just warming up now through the lower body with a point and flex of that foot. So we are stretching through the shin and the calf, then giving a little ankle rotation, few in each direction, waking up that ankle. And second side, hinge that hip open, little by little. And nice and gentle to start, then seeing if you can gradually increase that range of motion. And then just the leg comes back to center, that bend and straighten. If you have a yoga strap, you can also loop that around the foot and use that yoga strap to bend and straighten. Legs get kind of heavy feeling after a while, so you can use that yoga strap to help hold that leg. And then we'll point and flex. Give that shin and calf that nice gentle stretch, waking it up, warming it up, and then ankle rotations, few in each direction. Good. And now we'll start to move on to our strengthening portion. So grab those dumbbells and we'll take a slow, steady bicep curl. Think about tucking those elbows close into the body and giving those arms a nice, slow, steady curl. Everything is going to move with your breath at your pace. Good. Take a little rest here, and then we'll go right into our bent arm lateral raise. So take it just up to one straight line across those shoulders. My funny name for this movement is dry the deodorant. Think like you are lifting those arms to dry that deodorant. And a little rest. And then give a little lean forward, and we'll take a seated row. So row those arms up, that little hinge of the upper body forward. Keep those arms close in by the sides. Give a little squeeze of those shoulder blades each time you take that row up. Good. Have a little rest. Time for round two. Back to those bicep curls, slow and steady. Good flow of breath. Take a little rest. You're doing awesome. Hang in there. And then when you're ready, that second round, bent arm lateral raise. Good, slow and steady, just to a point that feels safe. Good, nice rest. working hard. All right, that last round here of our seated row. So hinge forward and row it on up. And keeping those elbows tucked in, just sliding those arms up alongside the body, drawing those shoulder blades together. Just the head right in line with the spine. Good. Take a little rest here. And then we're gonna make our way up to standing right behind that chair if you need it. We're gonna take a calf raise. So holding on to the chair if you need it. We're gonna come up on the toes and then lift the heels and just taking that little rock side to side or front to back. Feel that strengthening through the feet, the ankles, the calves. And then we're going to take one leg out to the side, just giving a nice lift just to a point that feels safe. So on this first side, you're rooted and grounded through your standing leg, and then just lifting the leg straight out to the side. Okay? And then second side, try to stay tall through the spine. Upper body stays nice and still. The only thing moving is that leg out to the side. Okay. And then we'll come to the chair once more. Grab a weight. We're going to bring one hand either to the chair, or you can add a yoga block for a little extra lift. We're going to hinge forward, and we're going to take those tricep kickbacks. So think about the spine in a nice ramp, and then that arm stays close in by the body, and that tricep kicks back. Think about engaging through the core. Draw that belly button in. And then we'll get that second side. So one row to get it up and then kick it back. So we are strengthening through those triceps, the backs of the arms. Good. Move with your breath. Good. Come on up. Round two. We're going to come back behind the chair and take that rock from the toes to the heels, calf raise, and then rock back. Just helping to strengthen through the lower body here helps with balance. So a few more, rock it forward and then tip it back. Side leg raises. Good, last few here. And then into that second side. Again, lifting it straight out to the side just to a point that feels safe. Trying to keep that upper body nice and still. Back to the chair. Again, if you have that block for a little lift, good ramp through the spine and then those tricep kickbacks. Think about keeping the head right in line with the spine, giving those triceps that nice kickback. Good. Second side. Anchor through that hand, having the shoulder, elbow, wrist in one straight line, keeping that upper body nice and safe. Tricep kickbacks on that second side. Good. All right, move Moving on, we're going to come to the chair and take a little yoga flow, half sun salutations. So a little fold and then a half lift. Back to that fold, reverse, and float on up. So half sun salutations. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive to that forward fold. Half lift, forward fold, reverse, float the arms up, and heart center. So you can still continue to use the chair, or you can step back and use the legs. Just making sure that you feel nice and safe and everything is moving with your breath. Inhale, exhale, swan dive, forward fold, half lift, forward fold, reverse, float, and hands, heart center. Good. We're going to come to the assistance of that chair, so it's right there if we need it. Inhale, exhale, forward fold, half lift, forward fold, reverse on up, and heart center. We're going to step the feet into a little bit of a split stance here, and we're looking for a warrior two. So we're going to bring the arms right to shoulder height, or if you need to keep your hand on that chair for a little better balance, front palm flips, take a reverse warrior, and back to warrior two. Once more, front palm flips, tip it back, reverse warrior, and then back to warrior two. Okay, turn the feet forward, a little split stance. You can hold the chair, you can bring the hands to heart center, or you can float the arms up overhead in a nice high lunge. Bringing the hands to heart center, releasing down. And let's repeat that now on our other side. So finding warrior two. Good. Arms nice and level. You can hold that chair if you need it. Good. Front palm flips up, tip it back, reverse warrior. Back to warrior. Reverse. And warrior. Good. Step the feet to face forward. That little split stance. You can hold the chair, bring the hands to heart center, or float the arms up overhead. Feel balanced. Good. Finding a tree pose. So find your root, your grounding. That chair's right there if you need it. Hands can be at the heart center or up overhead, maybe even a cactus. Maybe flow your branches with the wind. But you are rooted and grounded through that standing leg. Okay. We'll try the other side. Find your tree roots, knee points out to the side. You can hold the chair, maybe bring the hands to heart center, or even float those arms up overhead to grow your branches. I love a good cactus. And give a little sway in the wind, test that balance. Good job, release on down. Okay, coming back behind the chair. We're gonna turn the feet out and we're gonna take a wide leg squat. So think about that spine up nice and tall, knees going in the same direction as the toes. You can hold the chair or bring the hands to heart center, or even add a little cactus arm. Maybe a little reach up and over between your wide leg squat. Again, find what feels best for you. Keeping those knees nice and safe. Good, walk it on back in. Okay, and it's a little mini chair squat, so just to a point that feels safe at the knees. Again, knees tracking straight forward in the same direction as the toes. You can hold that chair strong and steady, strengthening those legs with a chair held squat. And then we're gonna take a little front, and a little reverse lift of that leg. So tall through the spine, engage through that core. Standing leg is steady and strong as you float the leg up and back behind, just to a point that feels safe. Good, we'll get that second side. Get a little front and reverse lift. You can even tap the foot down each time before you move in direction, just to kind of help regain that balance. Even instead of a lift, you can take more of a step, always up to you. All right, then we're gonna take a little down dog at the chair. So walk the feet back, press those hands into the back of the chair. See if you can get a nice, good stretch, and then walk it forward in a little cobra. Draw those shoulder blades together, take that gaze up, and a little flow between the two. So chair, down dog, soft bend in the knees, and then slowly walk it up, chair, cobra, gentle back bend. Good. Chair, down dog. And chair, cobra, nice, gentle back bend. Okay, we're gonna step one foot forward, peel that foot up and give the little hinge of those hips back. And then switch sides, just a little stretch for those hamstrings. Okay. And just kind of alternate side to side. Butt kick here, kind of bring those heels up towards the glutes. Get it. Circle those knees, circle those hips. Just bringing that hula movement, circle it on around. Takes big coat arms, swing those arms. We're just bringing some movement here into the body. Maybe pivot on those feet. All right, awesome job so far. Let's go ahead and move on. We're gonna come back to the seat, grab that yoga strap and extend that leg out and give that leg a nice gentle stretch. If you need to kind of ease in with a little bend and straighten, or maybe just add a little bit more of a bend to the knee, keeping it safe. And then a little hip hinge once more. Again, you can use that yoga strap to help hold the leg. And just see kind of how that hip hinge is going. And then we're going to take a hip stretch hold. You can cross at the ankle, bring it to the shin, or if that leg stacks on top, anywhere in between. Just make sure that that stretch feels safe. Any which way, press that knee down. And then hold and breathe. Nothing should feel forced or strained. Just a nice, gentle hip stretch. Good, release on down. And let's switch sides. So holding that stretch, or if you need a little bend and straighten. Nothing is forced. If you need to add a little bit more of a bend into the knee, you always can. And then into that hip hinge on this second side. Hinge it open, nice and gentle. Just bringing in that ever so gentle hip opening. And then we're gonna hold that stretch once more. Find where it feels best. Crossed at the ankle, the shin, or stacked on top. Gently press that knee down and just ease on into that stretch. Feel the body relax. Everything's starting to slow down. We're holding these stretches just a little bit longer. Good, release on down. Set that yoga strap aside. Give a little windshield wiper up those legs, just some good gentle movement here. Bringing the soles of the feet together on the floor, or if they don't quite reach, you can find a yoga block, and holding in that bound angle. So a little bit more of a hip opener. Just gently press those knees down, easing into that hip opener little by little. All right, final movements, maybe circle it around. Maybe a little seated walk. And then take that arm across, make a plus sign, and giving that outer shoulder a nice gentle stretch. Good, second side, nice and gentle, ease on in. Every stretch should feel safe, should feel gentle. Good, and then tricep stretch. If it doesn't quite reach, you can just like you're patting yourself on the back, or that opposite hand can help draw that elbow down. And we'll switch. So just like you're patting yourself on the back, or that opposite hand can gently press that elbow down to ease into that tricep stretch just a little bit more. Good, release on down. Final shoulder roll, final rotation. A little more movement in the neck. Just shake everything on out, and then take a seated twist, holding here nice and gentle. Spine is tall, you're easing into that rotation. Feeling that gentle rigging out of the spine. Good, back to center, second side. Nice and gentle, always gentle with those twistings. So smooth and steady flow of breath. Good, back to center. Long arm to a big hug, long arms to a big hug. Good, open through the heart. Give yourself a nice big hug. Good. Interlace the hands, stretch them forward, maybe reach overhead, take a little flow forward and up. Good. Shake it on out, move it on out. Any other way the body needs to move or stretch. And now we'll start to settle in for our final resting pose. So if you need that block under your feet, hands wherever they are most comfortable, at the heart center, the belly, hands at the lap. And you can soften the gaze or gently close the eyes. And let's settle in for this final resting pose. So continue to rest and relax here. Check in with the body. Hopefully it's feeling a little better than the start of our time together. And just take a few moments here to relax. Relax the mind, relax the body. And take these few moments of rest just for you. Good. Start to reawaken, a little movement through the wrists and ankles, fingers and toes, maybe a big stretch overhead, releasing those arms down. And joining those hands together at heart center. I thank you so much for practicing with us today. And as always, the light in me sees and honors that same light in you. Thank you for practicing with me today. Share this video with someone who would love to practice accessible yoga with us. Follow me on Facebook. Here is my Facebook and my Instagram accounts. Share this video, follow me on socials, message me with any questions. I would love to hear from you.